I have to say, that's an inspirational organization admired by so many. And we know that with the advent of technology and the strides that are currently being made in the fields of international relations and business, in the arts and culture, the world is getting smaller and smaller every single day. Now, the concept of a global village, it seems to be quite more real than it ever has been.
And as we stand here this evening, this event is being beamed into millions of living rooms throughout Africa on the SABC News Channel 404. That's my home, by the way. With the click of a button, we can interact with people from all different walks of life. In seconds, we can do what a few decades ago would have taken hours and sometimes even days to accomplish. And COVID-19, as we all know, has forced everyone to meet, study, and work virtually. So working really didn't necessarily stop.
No.
Technology responded to make sure that we continue working.
Right on time, didn't it? And as the globe, of course, shrinks, so do some of the barriers to do business. And of course, the way in which South African companies conduct their businesses globally has quite a huge impact on the way that South Africa is viewed as a country in the countries with which they operate. Now, that is why, ladies and gentlemen, the global Ubuntu economic diplomacy, which we're about to, of course, hand out, is given to an organization that is proudly South African and bolsters our reputation as a country known for excellence.
And here to present our next award is the Chief Executive Officer of BMW Group South Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa, Mr. Peter van Bensberg. With its 31 production and assembly facilities in 15 countries, as well as a global sales network, BMW is the world's leading manufacturer of premium automobiles and motorcycles and a provider of premium financial and mobility services. BMW also has been a major investor in South Africa and its people for close to 50 years. Its footprint in South Africa includes a production facility in Rosslyn, also a national sales company, also a bank, and an IT hub, and is committed to the growth and development of this country and her people.
This joy is electric. This joy is electric and you're circuiting through. I'm so happy that I'm alive. Happy I'm alive at the same time as you, 'cause you've got a higher power. Got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power.
Minister Pandor, ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege for me to introduce this award to you this evening. This company has a long list of successes and landmarks. And I think when I give you a few examples this evening, you'll agree with me that these are firmly in the spirit of Ubuntu. This company is the biggest producer of pharmaceuticals on the African continent. They have an agreement with Johnson & Johnson to package and fill vials of COVID-19 vaccines in their plant in South Africa, in Gqeberha, and have produced over 100 million doses year to date, most of those serving the African continent. But more so, they have signed a groundbreaking agreement to manufacture and sell their own branded COVID-19 vaccines in Africa, being granted an intellectual property license by Johnson & Johnson to produce a vaccine under their own new brand name, Aspen. Now, this is in line with the TRIPS waiver that South Africa has been calling for at the World Trade Organization, and I think it's a victory for us all on the African continent. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've guessed it. The winner of the Ubuntu Economic Diplomacy Award Global is Aspen Pharmacare. So on the stage, please, Mr. Stavros Nicolaou, Senior Executive for Strategic Trade at Aspen. Mr. Nicolaou, the stage is yours.
When the first COVID vaccines were developed and supplied, Africa was once again at the bottom of the global priority list. Aspen Pharmacare stepped in to build Africa's first vaccine manufacturing plant, ensuring not only that South Africans would have access to vaccines, but that the whole of Africa would have speedy access to this life-saving intervention. The plant in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape is the first of its kind in Africa. Although it is a truly global business operating in 50 countries, it remains true to its South African roots. Ubuntu is at the heart of the way it operates, and it is a very deserving winner of this year's Ubuntu Award for Economic Diplomacy, Global.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Stavros, I apologize. As Stephen Sard here, I decided that this award was a real honor for Aspen, and it's a real honor to actually be here for the second time. Sometimes you feel unfair to have won this award on a second occasion or on any occasion, because as a company we feel particularly blessed. You know, the reward for Aspen is in what we do every day. We are very much a purpose-driven company, and we are fortunate to have the opportunity, because I think that's what makes business and life sustainable, is when you can contribute meaningfully to society. And this is something that we at Aspen have been blessed with every day. You know, I think although we are probably South Africa's most globally diverse company, we've got maybe 70 operations around the world, our focus and our love and our commitment has always been to South Africa and to our African continent. We're very privileged to live here, and we have demonstrated this through the investments that we have made in our own country. So as we've globalized, we've continued to invest more and more in South Africa. And as we've got bigger and we've invested more, we've created more capacities and capabilities and more confidence in our capabilities. And our sterile facility that we've built over the last 5 years has been a really large investment for us, and it will give South Africa the opportunity to have its own anesthetics. And thank you for earlier the comments around the vaccine. I think that for a small company in pharmaceutical multinational terms, at the tip of Africa, we're really proud with what we've contributed to humanity. You know, this is the second pandemic we've been through. We were at the forefront of antiretrovirals. During the COVID era, we were involved in dexamethasone. We were a massive supplier of anesthetics, and of course the COVID vaccine that we made on behalf of J&J. And we've now made 160 million doses, and almost every one of those have gone to Africa. I think our continent, we really are excited about the opportunity of a Spinovax. It's something we're proud of. It's something we've worked really hard to get, and it's our continent's very own vaccine, made in Africa, for Africa, using African expertise. I mean, what more could you ask for? So I just want to take this chance. Thank you. Thank you for that. I know Dr. Tedros down there has been our biggest supporter, so if anyone deserves a round of applause, it's him. He's been fantastic, so thank you for that, Doc. Thank you. I want to say a special thank you. You know, you sit at these awards, and we've been at home during COVID. I want to say a special thank you to our teams at Quebeca. These guys had no COVID. There was no ability sorry, we're going to self-isolate or anything. They have been tirelessly working to save a continent together with J&J. And our entire continent owes them a debt of gratitude. Thank you so much to that team. So I always feel very strongly about that, and we've had fantastic, and we've lost people at that site. You know, there's people that sacrificed their lives for us to be here. You know, for those that don't know the Aspen story, it's a story where we started from a very humble home in Durban. But at all stages, we never forgot our roots, and our roots are deep in African soil. And we could never ever have dreamed of being here today. Our mojo in Aspen is a very simple one. Rest is rust, because we know we've still got so much to do. And as our journey to capacitate Africa and ensuring that Africa is no longer subject to the terrible inequalities we've seen in vaccines, we're going to be here only for a short while, because we've got so much more work to do. And I promise you, we've got lots to do in Africa, and we will be at the forefront to help deliver that for Africa. So thank you so much. We appreciate this award so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aspen. Thank you so much, Stephen Sard.